Hi, I'm Susan Hawkins. I'm going to talk to you some more about structure. This is a little bit of a how-to on how to organize your visual space. I found that teachers think they already know how to organize their space, but I would like you to think a little bit differently than you have in the past. In my experience, most teachers end up with the furniture that was in the room before they were hired, and they somehow think they need all of that. And that's the way I was too, so it's just a common thing. How to think about organizing your classroom. First, think about the use for each area of the room. Now, you may be primarily dealing with academic instruction. That's good. You'll need a space where you can have a small group. You can have a space where an individual can be taught a new skill. You're going to have a computer or more than one computers. If, in fact, you have a computer station, you'll need that kind of space. And you probably have a smart board or some kind of technology that can't really be moved around. Those are academic tasks. You'll need to start with the things in your room that are permanent, attached to the wall or attached to the floor, because you can't move those. If you have those things and they're academic, try to group other academic tasks together in that general area. That is clearly then an academic area. Now, there are ways to think about other spaces in your classroom. Edna already mentioned transition areas. I like that. A transition area is commonly near the door because that's where you transition out of the room. However, I think of transitioning within the room. So you'll need a place for your visual schedules for each student and for the class as a whole. I like visual schedules, if at all possible, that move with the student. Here's a scheme for you. You are going to need to address the domestic self-help domain for students. You'll need to address the recreation and leisure domain for students. What? We're going to teach recreation and leisure? Yes, we are. If we don't, it will be a disaster for them when they grow up. It's important to have tasks and an area of the room that addresses leisure and recreation tasks. Yes, even elementary school students need vocational tasks. What does that entail for elementary students? What does that entail for high school students? Assembly, disassembly. How about preparing a handout that is to be mailed? It requires starting a task, completing the work accurately, finishing the task. If you need to do it with someone, you'll need a space large enough for the vocational area task to be accomplished, and that should be a table most likely. So think about that. Where will you put each of these areas in your room? I think it's obvious if you have a sink, that's where your domestic and self-help tasks will go. Think about your room before there's furniture in it. Go ahead, visualize. Great time to visualize that is during the summer when there is no furniture in the room because the staff is refinishing the floors.